Alright. Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully this is working. We're despite my better judgment and my constant bitching for the past 2 days, we're gonna be playing at least one last League of Modern. I'm giving it a good another shot. It's not fair to this deck to just like play one league and be like, yeah, fuck Modern, I'm out. As much as I really want to, because fuck Modern. But I'm gonna give it another shot because I think I enjoyed playing this deck. It's just I talked about this at length, so I don't want to get into it more. But just don't enjoy the format. But this deck seems like the kind of play patterns I would enjoy, and I want to decide whether or not I would enjoy playing this in an RPTQ rather than just defaulting to a much worse deck like playing Black White Eldrazi Taxes, just because it's easy. I have reps and I have easy access to it. But I could play a good deck and then maybe do a little better. So anyway, let's figure out. I was gonna go with just Zen Syed posted a new list. He posted it today on Twitter, and I kind of stole. I just like literally copied the 75, but a friend of mine, Eddie, also known as Yo Soy Easy on Twitch, he literally just sent me a different list. I kind of want to see if there are more interesting differences that I might prefer playing. So we might have to. Hopefully, I have these cards because I hate like buying cards in the middle of the stream. But we'll see. We'll see if I like what's going on with this list. This is on 3-path, 3 Aether Vials. What are the differences? I guess I just pull it up on stream. It's probably easier. So I can actually look at the differences, comparing contrast the list I'm literally sitting and looking at right now. Alright, so this is the other list. So this is playing the one Rattle Chain, so it looks like it cuts a Selfless Spirit for a Rattle Chains, and shaves down on Reflector Mages for a main deck Geist and a third main deck Path. Mana base is similar. Looks like it cuts a fetch land for a Cavern of Souls, which is whatever. And like a very different sideboard. Disdainful Stroke, Kromoka's Command, Remorseful Cleric, Stony Silence, Unified Will. I don't hate having access to like these counter spells that these Zansayed lists have not been playing. What's up all the time? I don't think I own a Disdainful Stroke or a Unified Will online. Disdain. Yeah. Yeah, I don't own these cards. Clan Company, Aether Vial. What sort of people is this? It's the Bant Spirits lists are all playing like 3 Aether Vial, 4 Coco. I don't judge. I just net deck from other people that know the decks better than I do. I don't hate cutting down a Reflector Mage. I feel like for Reflector Mage is a little bit clunky. I don't have access to like these Unified Will, Disdainful Stroke, Dramoka's commands. I don't hate like a sideboard Remorseful Cleric. I don't know how I feel about a Stony though. What's up, Blue and Nil? 3 files, just offensive. Yeah, I was playing 4 file yesterday, and then Zan posted another deck list today. He's like, "Oh, I updated my new 75 on Bant Spirits," and he had just cut an Aether Vial. I was like, "God damn it!" I know like the industry standard for this deck is to like 3 Aether Vial for some ungodly reason, but I still hate it. Didn't learn your lesson until you play this dumpster fire format. We're giving it another try. I definitely don't think it was not fair to Bant Spirits to just dismiss Modern entirely off of that league. As much as I hate it, yeah, I imagine these are like just dirt cheap. I just don't like going in and trading and just like trying to find bots that have all these like random shitter cards that I want. On my 6-month sub, shouldn't I at least be a 7? I think you are a 7-month sub, but they only go by it's like 1, 3, 6, 12 months. Let me check because you just resubscribed like a couple days ago, right? Yeah, all time is resubscribed for 7 months 2 days ago. So yeah, you are a 7-month sub. The sub edges just go up they like double every time or something. I don't know. It goes 1 to 3, 1 to 3 to 6 to 12 to 24. I kind of like this list a little bit more. Not enough to like play it right now, but maybe keep it in mind for if I do like take this deck off stream in the future. One Cavern Souls in the main seems like a very minor detail. It's like a Cavern versus a Misty. Actually, really don't hate that. But I guess it's probably worse in this deck. That's because this deck's like sideboarding meddling mages and weird shit like that. And this deck like doesn't have warships or anything. We're just gonna try like this. I'm gonna use Eddie's list in the future, or keep in mind Eddie's list in the future though. I like the concept of playing stuff like Disdainful Stroke, but I think we're trying to like this deck is really maxing out on creatures with like meddling mages and stuff. Trying to extract the most value out of Collected Company that you can. Don't have enough ticks to keep like playing these things. I have 17, alright. We can still play and we'll just light a bunch of ticks on fire. 4 noble, 3 vials, a lot of mana. Yeah, it's like the stock for these lists. I was playing 4 vial yesterday. Nope, come back. Here to chew bubblegum and witness salt. Hey, it's in the stream title, right? I'm prepared for I'm prepared this time. Or at least I say I'm prepared, and I'm not prepared for the endless bullshit that is about to be slung at me for the next 5 rounds. I don't know why this window got smaller. I suppose humans plays a similar amount. I just didn't notice. There, because my opponents are dead. Yeah, they play like 19 or 20 lands though, don't they? But yeah, this deck definitely tries to hit its land drops more because you're trying to cast Collected Company. What is the stream title? Oh, the stream title is Local Legacy Deity Scrub gets increasingly salty as he plays through a Modern League with Bant Spirits. Sounds like fine, right? Fetch Hallowed Fountain. When you update the client, all the windows get screwed with. Huh. Is Cardboard Live alive? Is Cardboard Live alive? Doesn't look like it is. I never understand, like, update stream. Are you there now? Oh, it is. Cool. We did it. What? Alright. O2 Jacob. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. We're gonna keep the sand. Sand is pretty slow. Yeah. It is kind of slow. I think it's okay. Maybe it's not. I don't know what's going on. C-Bell's working. Cool, cool. Just Fetch Shock Serum Visions? Sure. Am I supposed to, like, aggressively mull for, like... I don't think I'm supposed to aggressively mull for the Hierarch File hands with this deck, right? You just, like, keep a bunch of shitters. That's not a card I traditionally expect to see from Fetch Hallowed Fountain Serum Visions. What am I running out here? Selfless Spirit, I guess? I think whatever I play is probably going to get, like, mana leaked or remanded or something, but... Notably, I actually can't cast this Drogsoul Captain. It's kind of funny. Or this Reflector Mage. Phantom? Just because it's like... Yeah, this deck doesn't need turn 1 Vial all the time is the thing. Because you have like 7 Vials, right? Because you also love to lead on Noble Hierarch. I think I'm just going to play Selfless Spirit. Or rather have Soul Spirit later for Verdict. All right, yeah, I'll buy that. Notably, I can't cast most of my hand. Can't activate Moorland Haunt. Oh, thank you. So now we can go get plains, I guess. We have a lot of white. I'm just on like a very weird, colorless, heavy blue-white control hand. So I could just, like, main phase at Coco to play around counter spells. My opponent's, like, very much off. I'm gonna Ghost Quarter my Moorland Haunt, which is kind of sad. But do that or, like, Selfless Spirit Phantasmal Image, which I don't particularly like. I think I'm just going, like, main phase at Coco. Well, Droxel Captain Selfless Spirit's pretty good. Do I want Droxel Mausoleum Wanderer, maybe? Since, like, destroy effects aren't super likely. This deck looks like humans. Phantasmal Image Reflector Mage. Selfless Spirit you can play. You're not wrong. The decks are kind of, like, meshing together a little bit as they get more aggressive. So definitely Droxel Captain. Maybe I do want Mausoleum Wanderer. We already have a Selfless Spirit. Mausoleum Wanderer doesn't beat Terminus. I think I do actually want a Mausoleum Wanderer, weirdly enough. This deck was humans, but then they all died. Flavorful. I think the Wanderer Selfless Spirit decision there is kind of marginal. So they definitely can't Supreme Verdict me. But the ability to counter like non-destroy spells, like some sort of, I don't know, like countering a counter spell or something, definitely could be relevant. Although if I had Selfless Spirit in play, I could play the second Droxel with a lot less fear. Like if I run this other Droxel and my opponent Supreme Verdicts me, I'm gonna feel like an idiot. But the hexproof lock doesn't really matter. I could actually, I guess I could just Phantasmal plus Selfless anyway. Now I can just leave up Spellqueller, attack them for 4. Or I can just, like, aggressively play out Selfless Spirit, Phantasmal Image, and see what happens. My opponent doesn't have Cryptic Command up. So I'm, like, kind of scared of Terminus, but leaving up Spellqueller isn't really going to save me from Terminus. I think we just get aggressive. My opponent counters this. Nope. Let's just fucking go in. They Miracle Terminus, we die in a fire. Did they bin as Candlemaster? No. They drew whatever they wanted to draw. It's like settle the wreckage? Alright, well, they prevent 5 damage at least. Yeah, this is a reason that why having Selfless Spirit in play would not be good here. Yeah, I assume it was a land that they kept. So now we're just gonna attack for a bunch, leave up a Spell Queller. We're good against basically anything but Terminus at this stage. And my opponent can't hard cast a Terminus if it's like awkwardly sitting in their hand. No one plays around Settle confirmed. Like, that was a fine attack even into a Settle. Like, I guess I wasn't considering Settle, but taking Wanderer off the Koga was definitely playing around it. Just not on purpose. My opponent now has Cryptic mana up, so I need to be wary of what I'm casting. Is the main deck Scavenger Grounds like a... Ugh. Alright, so I feel like this is a Terminus, right? Which is not great for me, but this is just one of those Jace Brainstorm to set up Terminuses. More modern. Glutton for punishment. Yeah, you could say that. Decided to give it one more go, but figured one league wasn't really giving Bant Spirits its will to do. So just wipe Jace with a Droxel Captain, attack them for 7, pass. We get Spell Queller post Terminus. Oh yeah, I'd quell that if I could. ENT not good in your testing. Oh yeah, definitely. I think green-white is probably one of the stronger Death and Taxes variants. Like, if gun to my head, I had to be registering Leonin Arbiter in this format, which I shouldn't if I'm trying to do well, but there are lots of decisions. That's why I kind of was gravitated towards this deck. Holy shit, we didn't get Terminus. How's my opponent gonna win? Sack Spirit when they Terminus, so they have more food? Yeah, that makes sense. They just didn't Terminus me. What's their plan? They could snap Settle me, but we just have Spell Queller and then they die, right? I'm not even gonna cast, like, activate Moreland Hunt or anything. I just don't want shields down. They're gonna draw step, opt into Terminus. They do know their second card down. Wait, what? Why am I draw step though? That wouldn't make any sense. But yeah, definitely gravitated towards Spirits because of its interesting like decision patterns like D&T has. They know, unless they... Yeah, no, they didn't bin whatever card. They kept the card on top, so they wanted to draw it. It might be Ghost Quarter. Well, I'm just gonna attack, I guess. Worst case here is just natural second Settle the Wreckage plus like a counterspell for Spell Queller. I wonder if I'm not supposed to attack with everything because of that. Because like they can't kill one of my creatures anyway, right? They could like settle into like Mana Leak or Logic Knot. Yeah, they know the top card of their deck right now. So I'm expecting like opt into Terminus or something. Blessed Alliance. I could like quell that. Although. I think this is just gonna be like opt into Terminus or something. If they opt, do I just like Spell Queller it? Fuck it. No one plays run Settle Wreckage. Okay, this is just Snap Settle, so they're dead. Cool beans. I would call an opt here if they went for it, yeah. Feels like that would be really greedy, though. Against the Spell Queller deck, you you go for Terminus on their turn with a draw spell instead of just jacing for your Terminus. Alright. This is a Geist matchup, right? I mean, if this isn't a Geist matchup, what is? Oh god, they have Lyra. They have Lyra / Baneslayer. Does that mean I keep in Reflector Mages or Path to Exiles? I don't hate Detention Sphere here. Better than Path or Reflector Mage answering one of those. Could also like kill Jaces and stuff. We have 5 cuts. It's probably some number of Mage / Path. And then, like, maybe Shave Hierarchs. Mandorks against the Wrath of God deck isn't great. Knight of Autumn is interesting. I mean, it's just like a 4/3, right? I guess it like blows up Searches. Could blow up opposing Detention Spheres if they have those in their deck. Not super interested in it. I feel like they have their own spheres and they lean on Azcanta. The deck doesn't play more than like 1 sphere, probably. Some number of Azcantas. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Like, what would I cut? This one of Path. I have like 2 answers for a Baneslayer. We have like 3 images too, so we're not stone dead to it. We're like pretty dead to it though. I don't hate this configuration. It's possible I'm supposed to like leave in more answers to one of those cards, but you can also be more aggressive with this deck than you can with the different Death and Taxes decks, so you're not... Sometimes you can just kill them before they even get to like the Baneslayer turn. Is that a Pikachu? What is the Pikachu? Oh, my girlfriend has the Pikachu little pajama onesie. Probably play one night. I just don't know what I would cut. I like all these cards. I mean, I guess I don't love Noble. Well, why not? Go for it. Could have maybe afforded to trip like more Nobles and kept in another answer or two to the Lyra Baneslayer thing. Maybe I just like respect Baneslayer Angel too much because that card's just horrifying to play against. So this hand has a lot of castable spells. We fetch Hallowed Fountain with this hand, it looks like. Image should be unreliable versus control. Maybe that's the mentality versus Jenna Grixis. Yeah, it's more the mentality versus the target removal spell decks. In this matchup, basically all their target stuff is just going to kill a creature anyway, because it's just Path to Exiles and some random other shitters. I guess like Jace can blow up Phantasmal Images though, but I think Phantasmaling some of your key cards like Queller or Droxel Captain or Meddling Mage or Mausoleum Wanderer or Soul Spirit. I think that's super viable, especially against blue-white specifically. I think this hand is fine. I guess we're not fetching. Opponent still has this draw stop. Probably just for him to take it off from last game. Although I like consistently have upkeep draw stops from being a Death and Taxes player. You can't cast on empty board. Yeah, it is a little bit riskier, but these blue-white decks also don't have a ton of spot removal. Like, I'm not going to cast it. Like, I wouldn't just run it out on turn 2 with a Mausoleum Wanderer in play, but... I think it's much more, like, it's, like, a much better card in this matchup versus some of the more targeted removal decks like Grixis or Jund or Mardu. So I'm just going to slam Supreme Phantom here. Yeah, like, we're not just going to, like, cast Phantasmal Image here and get wrecked by Path to Exile. I guess we're just fetch shocking. My set top is always tilting, but it's worse when heavy in mirror when someone puts in Monarch when I'm Monarch. Yeah, for sure. I like having more stops than most people. I like to try to not miss stupid things, but it does end up eating my clock a lot more. Definitely not all upside. Yeah, they have 4 paths plus some random shitter, and then they have snaps for them versus the bolt path abrupt decay decks. It's a shame that it was actually Spell Snare too. You can't even Mausoleum Wanderer it. Don't like that they just shocked. Oh, they just want double blue up, I assume. I think we're just gonna go land go, leave up Queller for whatever they want to do on turn 4. Which means that I can't slam up Planeswalker. Probably better than Wanderer and a Mage. I'm just gonna flash in a Spell Queller as a 2/3 if they don't cast a spell here. Especially because we have second Queller. Just wanna up the clock here. If they cryptic it, we get to actually cast spells on our own turn and not get them countered. Yeah, Mana Leak, sure. A Geist of Saint Traft. One has 3 cards in hand. 2 mana up here, so they could counter another thing. Although they can't actually counter my Geist, right? Because we have Mausoleum Wanderer. They could Wrath it, but don't hate just jamming Geist into play here. Yeah, don't hate just jamming Geist right now. It kind of walks into Supreme Verdict, but this hand is gonna walk into a Supreme Verdict eventually, I think. We don't walk into a Snapcaster Mage. We have Spell Queller and Meddling Mage and stuff for it. Swing first this time. I'll just get the extra damage. So I assume this is going to be a Supreme Verdict, right? Jace, alright, so this is Jace set up Terminus. I wonder if I'm supposed to just Meddling Mage Terminus this turn. They can still path in my upkeep or something, but I think I'm just playing this Meddling Mage on Terminus this turn. I could technically make a bunch of Mausoleum Wanderers and try to counter it, I think. If I cast Mausoleum Wanderer, leave up Queller, Queller it, and then actually I still can't even counter it. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna attack these at Jace, attack Angel at their face. Maybe everything at Jace. I don't want to get... No, they can't path, because we sack Mausoleum Wanderer. Oh, so Angel at that. Can I attack Angel at that? Tapped and attacking? I have no idea how Geist works versus attacking Planeswalkers. Alright, well, let's attack and find out what happens. Oh, so you have to choose here. So I want to attack their face with these guys, I think. I'm dealing one less damage here, but I'm not leaving their Jace up if they path. Yeah. I just don't know how to send the Angel at Jace. So this trigger happens. Okay, there we go. Angel gets to go at Jace. Terminus. Haha! They have a Terminus! Easy. Alright, your Terminus trigger resolves unless they're pathing in response, in which case I'm kind of sad, but that's life. Rude Boy 22, thank you for the follow. I'm gonna Cryptic bounce my... Can I just sack this Mausoleum Wanderer? What's the other mode on this? Draw a card. So, I mean, I guess this ends up, like, killing the Mausoleum Wanderer. They can still pay, bounce this, draw a card, and they just end up with the Terminus in hand, but... I'm down for that. I guess I'm gonna, like, let the Cryptic resolve and counter the Terminus, right? This is the... I guess this is... I don't know, this puts the... It would put the Terminus in the graveyard. Rather than in their hand. Yeah, no, this is dumb. Should let this resolve and counter the Terminus. Right, this just leaves the Terminus in their hand, and otherwise has the exact same result. Yeah, I fucked that one up. Not good at countering people's spells. Should I just, like, make 2 Meddling Mages and name, like, Supreme Verdict and Terminus? So those are, like, the only things that kill us, right? I guess, like, Day of Judgment and Wrath of God and stuff, but... Settle. We have Spellqueller for Settle. We can't leave a Spellqueller this turn, though, the turn that we want to play Meddling Mage on Terminus. Double name Terminus? They can't, like, they can't hardcast the Terminus, though, right? Cryptic's not a bad one, because they can, like, Cryptic tap my team or whatever. You know, which you don't play around. I feel like Supreme Verdict's the name. Cryptic would be annoying, though. But Supreme Verdict would just be, like, game over. We don't know my opponent is playing Supreme Verdict, though. But... my opponent could, like... snap, Cryptic, tap my team. You can quell the Cryptic. Oh, that's true, yeah. Alright, we're naming Supreme Verdict, just in case. They draw another Terminus? Wow. They just put 2 Terminus on the top. So they could do the Cryptic trick again, I guess. They have another Cryptic. That could have been a neat reason to name that. I forgot they didn't actually know the top card here. My Mausoleum Wanderer... well, they're at 3. We have, like, super lethal in play. So they still have a Cryptic in hand, or a Terminus in hand in there. So, Meddling Mage named Terminus, leave up Spellqueller, I guess? They hit land 6. They cannot cast Terminus here, though. Oh, I can't Spellqueller that. Oh, wait, no, I just, like, flash in Spellqueller, and we Desphere it and then kill them, right? I'm gonna play this first so we don't die to or we can just kill them through path. Wow, good thing we had answers to Baneslayer Angels, huh? We did it! We murdered the blue-white player. Alright. I think that matchup is supposed to be very good for Spirits, right? It felt very good. So there were like a couple mishaps I had there. So I let them have a Terminus in hand, which I definitely shouldn't have with the first Cryptic Terminus incident. The second one, I wonder if it's right to like use the Phantasmal Image one to name Terminus. So if I'm not naming a Cryptic command, they can't pull the same stunt. Or they can, but they draw one less card, right? Because if they Cryptic to bounce my Terminus Meddling Mage, but it's a Phantasmal Image, they don't get to draw a card. Like, very minor things, but like maybe that was the better line. And the Stream Now deck has 100% win rate. Just never play Modern again. Alright, Spirits is undefeated in this league. It'll be undefeated forever. But those are the games that I actually enjoy playing. Like that, those are the like the micro decisions that you can definitely like win or lose games because you like fumble over these like very minute interesting plays. That's why I like playing Death and Taxes. Oof, is this hand keepable? This hand feels like not super keepable. We like have so many metal reflector mages, but that could also just be stone cold unplayable. And then our hand is awful. I think we have better 6 than this. This is like maybe better 6 if we find another land. That's not technically a land. Basic Force. Oh, yeah. Hardened Scales Affinity, huh? Does it play like any instants and sorceries? Can I have 6 with my Maws Wanderer? I guess I should have 2. They play Ancient Stirrings. The games where they turn on Hardened Scales are just oh god. This is vastly harder to win than the games where they don't turn on Hardened Scales, yeah. This is suddenly going to be exceptionally hard to win. The double Hardened Scales hands from Affinity are just disgusting. Yeah. I don't think we were winning even if we kept our triple Reflector Mage opener. Also because we didn't draw third land, but... Would have loved to, like, Spell Queller their payoff here. They have 2 cards in hand. I imagine it's some number of, like, Walking Ballista, Arcbound, Ravager. We can crack in if you to dig for a land. Them big brain plays. Yeah, this is for sure game 2. We are very dead. I think we would have been dead with, like, a... Yeah, maybe we're not dead. If their hand is just garbage. Like, if they just kept on double Hardened Scales and hoped to find payoffs. Oh, geez, never mind. Yeah, this thing just puts 3 counters on stuff. This thing's just a 6/6. I think this Mausoleum Wanderer is chump blocking duty. Now we might concede. Yeah, I was going to say, as soon as they found, like, Walking Ballista, we just lose on the spot, right? And just Ballista for 5? You just slam it. Slam it, opponent. Do we have sideboard cards for this matchup? Let's find out, I guess. I guess Knight of Autumn, Detention Sphere. I feel like Worship is not where I want to be in this matchup. This matchup is aggressive, but I guess we, like, get, like, the Worship double Drog Skull lock against this deck, right? Is that reason to want to do that? These are definitely in. I think Mausoleum Wanderer is pretty poor in this matchup. No real instance of sources to counter outside of Ancient Stirrings. Could like Meddling Mage on Walking Ballista. That card is very hard to beat. Possibly cut Images against the Walking Ballista deck. What's up, Static? Do I want Rest in Peace in this matchup? Against their Hangerback Walkers and Arcbound Ravagers? God, I don't know how to sideboard for this matchup. I think Catlight posted with a very old sideboard guide about this. Wait, no, this is normal affinity. All these cards suck in this matchup. We're 1-0 right now, Darkview, and we have not tilted yet. We had an interesting game, but it was against blue-white, so like we actually got to make some decisions. And we also crushed them into the dust. Oh god, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I think cutting Mausoleum Wanderers is correct, though. Do I like Rest in Peace, Worship, Meddling Mage? Fuck. I'm just playing Magic cards, so why don't we have Surgical? Rest in Peace is like Surgical, right? The old one of Surgical. Or the old one of Rest in Peace in the sideboard. I have no idea what I'm actually doing for this sideboard. Have no plans. Well, my plan is not keep this hand. My plan is keep this hand, I guess. We have Hierarch into Skull, Drog Skull, Drog Skull. It's like a pretty good plan, right? Fetch, Breeding Pool, no. Temple Garden. Oh yeah, we could descry. Oh, it doesn't matter, we're fetching. Just a temple, yeah. Temple Garden. No, damn it. Their turn 1 Hardened Scales hands are just so much harder to beat than their hands that don't go turn 1 Hardened Scales. It's actually night and day. I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, I mean, that's my life, really. I have no idea what I'm doing. Just, like, put that quote on the top of the stream. Can my opponent not have double Hardened Scales, like, once in their life? I need a Cage for this matchup? And then we immediately draw Company. Nice. We can draw Detention Sphere and just crush their soul. How could your Battle Skull would have been there in game 1? I mean, Battle Skull would have been real good against my blue-white opponent. Like, recursive threats against that. The Wrath of God deck are pretty good. Opponent instantly rewarded. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that boarding and Grafdigger's Cage is a good play, but it definitely paid off immediately. We have a good clock, though. As long as they can't put counters on their Ink Moth. We draw, like, Detention Sphere or Knight of Autumn. that's horrifying. Please don't play, like, Ravager. Alright, more workers. Erase this right now. As it sits. My opponent could easily lethal me if they have, like, Ravager. They just, like, lethal me with the Sigma. Oh. Guess we have Spell Queller, so not so much. Alright, we're off to the races, I guess. We have lethal. We don't have lethal through Zinc Moth. Sure. If my opponent casts a 2-drop, I think we win. Walking Ballista. Yeah, that doesn't do it. Unless they have, like, Ballista plus Arcbound Ravager. Alright, so what do we... I'd love to draw a removal spell and just win. Sweet. A land. Awesome. So we can cast our clay. So if we attack, are we dead? I think we're dead if we attack. My opponent can pump Ballista to a 5/5, hit me for a... Yeah, they don't even have to, like, ping me. The issue is we actually can't even take one hit, right? No, we can take one hit from not the Ballista. So we need to block with his Selfless Spirit, because if we block with the Droxel Captain, my opponent can just Ballista down my whole team and kill me. So we need to play as if we're at 5 less life, because this thing is essentially a 5/5, so we're at 6. So we'll need to actually be able to block 2 things, right? Oh, fuck, that means we're just dead, right? We need to draw, like, Path or Night of Autumn or something here. Detention Sphere would have done something. Because we're not dead, right? Because we could actually, like, block, and sack Selfless Spirit. Oh, then they just, like, modular onto this Ballista. Ballista gets even more huge. Fuck. Oh, no, we're not dead, right? We can attack with 1 Drog Skull, and we can still block, and just sack Selfless Spirit, so we don't lose the Drog Skulls. But we also don't have lethal, because they'll be at 7. Could attack with Selfless Spirit, actually, and then just sack it and block. It might actually still be dead, though, because if we block an Arcbound Worker, we kill it. And then that goes on to the Ballista. The Ballista becomes a 5/5. They pump it to an 8/8, and we're still dead. So we can't. We actually have to attack like this and hope we draw something next turn. Or hope they attack Boilers. I was supposed to play as Botanical Sanctum. Oops. I didn't board in Worship. I decided against it. I don't think there's any 4s we could draw. That we get punished for not playing that land, though. It's like Horizon Canopy. So now this thing is a 6/6 or something. Let's see how they attack. Yeah. So we're just gonna need to like draw a Lord effect for these Drog Skulls. Because we can block like this so we don't die. We just take 3. And now we'll have double Drog Skull in play, but they'll be at 7. So we need to top deck a Lord. Yeah, we can draw a Drog Skull, a Silver Spirit, or no, not Silver Spirit. Drog Skull, a. I'm not gonna list them off. We're just gonna see if we draw it, right? What are they doing in response? Oh, do they have lethal? Oh, that's cool. They can actually they gain damage, right, by killing their own Arcbound workers. Because these things put like 6 counters on this ballista and only take 3. Oh, that's neat. All right, that's fair. I'll take this. I'll take this loss. Opponent found the line. That's neat. I mean, we got double hardened scales into triple hardened scales. Not a lot we can do about that one. Yeah, I'm just conceding. I'm not gonna wait for them to slowly ping me. Let's see if we actually had the lethal. Yeah, we had the lethal too. Can't be into Supreme Phantom. Fuck. Man. Kudos to them for seeing that, because that's like a very weird line. Could have cast the company, but I didn't play the land. Yeah, cast the company to look at my Silver Spirit and then cry. I think we could have definitely won if my opponent actually didn't cage me. Cage cannot be right in that matchup, though, right? Like, the sideboard plan for, oh, I'll cut off 4 cards from my opponent's deck at the cost of a card from my hand. Cast. Yeah, Army's being facetious. He talked about, like, we need to cast company if we're about to die, just to cry a little bit. Yeah, up here. We need to power move cast company if we're dead in the nearby future. Ah, the perfect hand. Oh, fuck this hand. Jesus. Can we go to 6? Like, or can we go to 5? I guess we have to go to 5, right? This hand's not beating anything, especially on the draw. Okay, this hand can actually beat some stuff. We just need a land. Step up your BM game. I'm really bad at BMing people in Magic, which I guess is a skill that I don't really intend on acquiring. Aether Vial or leave up Spell Queller? I almost just want to develop the Aether Vial certain. What are they going to cast on turn 3 that's scary? Yeah, I'm just going to develop this Aether Vial. It's going to be helpful down the line. I thought, for a second there, I thought my opponent was going to, like, Snapcaster Mage me. I think I'm okay with that trade. Not positive, though. Turn 2 Aether Vial, he didn't complain. I mean, we had turn 1 Noble. Hard to complain. I guess I would have rather had those in the opposite order. I just, like, fetch Shock to prevent my opponent from gaining 6, right? Temple Garden, Hallowed Fountain. I think this deck wants more blue than green. You only really need 1 green. Because I don't even have to shock, right? I just, if you have less life than your opponent, which they don't. Nice 3/1/1s, I guess. probably a good chance to just Reflector Mage one of these idiots. Because Reflector Mage is just definitely not getting better. Does let them slam Jace, which we could instead just leave up Spell Queller for. I'm not in any hurry to Reflector Mage these idiots, so I think we're just gonna leave up Spell Queller in case of TMS. Detention Sphere. So I don't know what Overwhelming Splendor does. It's the one-sided humility that doesn't let you activate abilities too, right? I mean, I guess I'm supposed to Spell Queller this. It doesn't feel good though. Why is Overwhelming Splendor coming up? Are you getting Overwhelming Splendored in Legacy right now? Yeah, I figured they'd path. Because we get a land out of the deal. They kill my Vial, most likely. We want a lot of white. I thought it stopped walkers and didn't chase for several turns. Yeah, it only turns off, like, artifacts, creature... It turns off, like, non-land, non-planeswalkers, I think. I guess I'm fine with that exchange, overall. Yeah, Mausoleum Wanderer into Reflector Mage. Kill one of these idiots. I shouldn't have 6. I have a Mausoleum Wanderer in play. Wow, Blind Terminus, rude. I'm probably supposed to sack this. Well, I guess it kills their soldiers too, so I don't really care. They have to pay an extra mana here, and this goes in the graveyard for a future Moorland Hunt. Drawing a Mausoleum Wanderer late game isn't even really something I want to do anyway. I think I'm pretty fine with this exchange. Stops lands. Does it? I don't fucking know. Stops land non-mana abilities, sorry. This Celestial Colony is going to be hard to beat. Can we not? I mean, these are just like glorified paths, I guess, but I'm going to just keep blind terminusing me. And, like, slam Jace. Field my canopy. It's kind of mean. Guess maybe I'm supposed to... let's lead up Queller now. It just looks like a Coco, though. Mill click, sure. I think we're probably dead here. They have 5 mana to animate their Colonnade, so... Oh, never mind. We need to hit him. Grab Teferi, huh? Snap Path. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a good line. The old Reflector Mage, your opponent is using Snapcaster Mage. Not a super good play. This is a must too. I can't Phantasmal Image anything. If I Reflector Mage, then they just get a Snapcaster back. If I Phantasmal Image, like, I get a Snapcaster Mage. Like, wow, this is shitty. Next turn, I guess I can Drog Skull into Phantasmal Image. But they're plussing to draw a card and then like activating Escanta and tapping lands. We are very, very, very dead. Ugh. My opponent like go get some food. This is not a turn that takes a lot of thought. The game is now over. You just gotta go through the motions. Hey, Blow Control Modern takes forever to kill you. I mean, we're already dead, is the thing, right? We've already lost the game. I could concede now. But there is Moto equity to be had. Also get to like see more of their deck, more of their cards. It's just like assessing when the blue-white control player has actually won is some definite life EV. Like, they're already dead. We could concede it right now. It'd be totally fine. Yeah, Teferi is a rude dude, for sure. There we go. After some hefty deliberation, my opponent decides to plus their Teferi and play a Jace. Rough lines. Ugh. So if my opponent's hand is 3 lands, we get to make 2 Phantasmal, or 2... Wait, this is going to need 2 cards? Oh, shit. Not bad. Yeah. Gonna go for the Moto equity, the time equity here and just concede now. Just cast Cataclysm. Yeah, we need Armageddon in this format. We saw both Search and Detention Sphere, so I like Knight of Autumn a little bit more. So this is what I boarded in last time, right? And I cut like a Noble, shave down like all the mages, and cut a path. How do you feel about Jason Modern? Jason's still good. Like, Jason's good in the, like, in specifically blue-eye control. People that are like, oh, Jason's, like, medium and modern at best. Like, Jace is still a very good card if you ever untap with it. And people are like, Teferi's better than Jace, and it's not close, are, like, kind of crazy. Life equity outweighs mono equity, yeah. There's definitely, like, I don't really need to see my opponent's blue-white deck. I also thought we were drawing the Drawful Cap in the next turn, so there was, like, an actual non-zero chance we lost. Or that we could win, like, if we draw a Skull into Phantasmal Image and they have nothing. We, like, take some walkers off the field with a bunch of hexproof guys, but... I guess they also had a Colonnade, so we were pretty dead there. Portland's other Knight of Autumn, maybe? That doesn't feel horrible. Snagging a Detention Sphere with Knight of Autumn probably feels really good. At worst, it is a 4-3. Seems pretty middling. Oh, that makes it better. We have an Anthem now. Cool. I don't have to play around Spell Snare, I guess. we draw Knight of Autumn. That's definitely not bad. Just time to go beat downs, I guess. Opponent can't Miracle Terminus yet. Mill's Path. Are they digging for white sources? Yeah. You're gonna feel to ruin me for a white mana. They like just kept island, opt, search. I love the hands that blue-white control keeps in Modern. Maybe I'm supposed to actually Detention Sphere this search. Might be too late now. Considering they have access to their white mana now. Yeah, I'll use Mausoleum Wanderer on that. Trying a lot of Supreme Phantoms here. So we could attack for 5 or 7. I like attacking for 7. Hope we just don't get blind Determinist. Oh, it attacks for 6. But it's still lethal, because now we have 6 and 8. I'm gonna be really salty if my opponent Terminuses me, but that's life. So they're opting for land drops, I assume, here. Which is why they didn't try to opt on my turn to hit a Terminus, but I think they're pretty fucked here. This is like Dragon Captain. Attack. They need a removal spell here to win, so they have to remove a spell in response to the Dragon Captain. But I am playing into like Supreme Verdicts and stuff now as I play more stuff to the board. There's a chance I could just attack, hit them for likely 4, and then like Detention Sphere the search for Azcanta or something. No, let's play full greed. Oh, they just concede. Sweet, we did it. Sideboard plans. Kind of like that. Noble Hierarch being okay there, but definitely like kind of an awkward card. I don't even know if I want to just cut them all or something. What's the blue-white? Out all the paths. Out 2 image against blue-white? Doesn't seem right. This is just guy, never mind. Image is probably a lot worse against the mono bolt deck. The image is still a little clunky here. Although so is like boarding in a path. So let's just run it back, I suppose. Ugh, this hand sucks. But my opponent also mulliganed. This hand is definitely keepable, but loose. We're also on the draw. Really want to find lands. What did they do? They screwed at the top. At least blue-white generally you can't like kill Noble Hierarchs without pathing them. Fuck me, I guess. What am I? If I'm playing Meddling Mage, what am I playing Meddling Mage even on here? Terminus? Just Meddling Mage on Terminus pass? I almost want to Phantasmal Village for another Hierarch, but we just get absolutely ranched by a Path of Exile. I'd rather have a second creature and play first. I don't want an Empath because I actively want my opponent to Path to Exile me. I suppose they could just Mana Leak or something. Just name Terminus. Name the card that beats you. Yes, this is what we wanted to happen. That's why you name Path. I name Path because I want them to path me. I want basic planes. Yeah, for sure, basic planes. Just a very aggressive Field of Ruin. Just grab Island here. Oh, fuck. I'll hope they don't have more Field of... I guess we can't get Field of Ruined, actually. Guess it's leave up Spellquiller turn. Go get him, buddy. Cycle Hieroglyphic Illumination. I'm gonna dig in deep. Field of Ruin is really just a bad Evolving Wilds. Not entirely untrue. Snap Path? Oh man, that's rude. I already have all my basics. Why do I have to draw this fucking forest? I'm just gonna attack into this. Probably not. This is a Terminus. Sure. Not the scariest Terminus I've ever seen in my life. Sweeps up my Noble, and will immediately draw Collected Company, but unless my opponent, like, land chases me, we'll be able to redeploy. Is playing on curve better than, like, playing the better card here? Probably playing on curve's better. Want to be able to double spell next turn if possible. Like, we draw land at any point. Getting Teferied. Taken to Teferi. I hope this is a Baneslayer Angel, because we can beat that. Oh, thank God. Well, let's make double Drogskull, I guess. Hope they don't, like, Wrath of God me. But not playing around that at this point. This is also the best opening for my image. Could have also made a Lyra, notably. I don't know if that's actually better than making a Drogskull Captain. It does have 5 power. But it also, like, this makes my board immune to anything but Wraths. Maybe it's just my Selfless Spirit. Yeah, we can, like, redeploy pretty easily here. Is double Drogskull better than Baneslayer? Yeah, that's something I realized, and the answer is probably not. Oh, Hallowed Fountain. Not that it mattered there, but notably it is Baneslayer that's a lot easier to kill versus a board state that only is answerable by board wipes, which is kind of what I liked about the double Baneslayer play. Man, I wish these were in opposite order. Guess we're making a 4-3. Now we're drawing the lands. Snap Path. Is there a path in the yard? Snap Illumination. Jeez. That's pretty horrifying. I'm just gonna fetch so I can F6. Really want to draw that that land. The one that makes spirits. Moorland Haunt. That's not bad. That's not bad. Am I supposed to play this at sorcery speed or on end step? I don't even know. I think I want to play it in response to a spell. Like try to eat a Jace or something with a spell queller. I don't think I just want, like, because my opponent can easily have more snaps, like just snap Verdict me after I Coco. I think that's fine. That was 2 cards in though. Now I'm gonna feel like a fucking idiot when they get Cryptic did. I'm gonna cast it. Hey, getting somewhere. Civil Spirit, Supreme Phantom, I guess? Wanderers aren't really doing a lot. Can't really attack with these guys, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, now I can attack. I probably like Snap Terminus, but we're kind of all in at this point. Probably only plays 2 snaps. The blue-white decks, I feel like the blue-white decks are playing more snaps than that. Well, hopefully no Terminus in my future. My opponent's cast 2, but they could have a snap or another Terminus to just completely wreck my life. Yeah. Again, are gonna sack this. I guess they have Ghost Core though, so my Moorland Haunt isn't even good. Gimme. Please don't kill this. I said please. Yep, now we are dead, I would assume. We got close there. Reveals Opt. Fate Sealing. Pretty good plan. Jace is at more loyalty than they have life, so the plan is never attack Jace. Unfortunately, we just can't attack, because we can't attack through a Celestial Colonnade. A path? That's no good. Reveals Teferi, alright. We were dead like 3 turns ago. We were dead to the 3rd Terminus, I think. Yeah. We were about dead when that happened. We took a game there? I totally don't remember. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's all coming back to me now. We won game 2. Sansu was pretty good. I have like Hierarch into Silver Spirit, Hierarch into Coco. Fetching. Told you earlier, should have headed to the stream hideout. Yeah, just immediately lost the next 2 games. Fetching Breeding Pool, it looks like. Could fetch Basic Forest here, but I don't really like leaning on my Hierarchs for blue sources. Rather just get off to the races. What's my opponent trying to do? Foothills. Burn. Am I going to regret shocking myself? Burn. Looting. Oh, Dredge. Alright. Well, if there was a hand to fight Dredge, this is not the worst hand. Attack with the 4/3 Selfless Spirit, like cast Collected Company, Reflector Mage some shitters. Hopefully they miss here. Yeah, they get to Creeping Chill me. They do have 2 prized amalgams now. They could also just like reunion or cast more lootings or something and just spew their hand. Alright, yeah, we're probably just getting dumpstered. Narcomoeba, double amalgam. 2 bloodghasts in the yard. No, and another Creeping Chill. So we have 4 mana. Probably better to Collected Company than Reflector Mage, right? Am I attacking? Probably not, because we're at 10. Leave up Coco to try to Spell Queller the next spell. I'd like this game a lot more if we were at 16 and they were at 17. Thanks, Creeping Chill. But suddenly we're just at 10. Now their bloodghasts have haste too. So, unless we're unlucky, we get 2 creatures off of the Coco anyway. So I think we just fire this off. Oh, they do have a Conflagger with like 5 cards. I think we're just dead, right? So we're at effective 4. Block, 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 sack, or else we die. Because if we take... No, we can take 5. So I could just eat all 3 of these. Take 4, go to 5. No, yeah, no, we're going to 5, then we die. So we do need to block like that. Yeah, we are also just dead. Like, my decisions don't actually matter here. Are they fetching for a specific reason? Look like a dark. Sure. We are dead next turn because they have loam and we're at 6 life. And we cannot 20 them, so we can hit them for about 8. This format sucks. Why do we play it again? I wanted to give spirits another go at it. And I think I'm getting to the point where, yeah, this sucks, and I'm just gonna keep streaming Legacy and just say fuck it to the RPTQ. Yeah, they're just gonna loam. Dome me for the old 6-ball. Get Legacy. Yeah, you need to. Yeah, play some Legacy. Legacy is just much more enjoyable right now than Modern is. Alright, so sideboard against Dredge looks something like that. We should do a Pauper stream? I would do a Pauper stream. I should build a Pauper deck. I would stream Pauper. I don't know what I would stream in Pauper, but I'd probably play it. Especially because they have comp leagues now. Effective Mage seems like just the pits in this matchup, right? It's just so fucking slow. Just like, what, bounce a Price Amalgam? That's fair. Wait until next announcement. It's in like 2 weeks or something. Yeah, I would definitely like, if they're not intending on changing something in Modern in the near future, then I'd be avoiding the format like the plague. What else am I supposed to cut? Is Dredge on this list? No, I think this list was pre... Oh no, there's Dredge. Out Path, out a Coco, out a Queller. I guess Path isn't really going to win you this game, is it? You just need to, like, aggro them down really fast. Out a land. Cat boards out a land a lot, which I guess I can kind of agree with. 20 is probably fine for this deck, especially as you're slowing down. I like Spellcaller on the play a lot more, because you can actually quell Cathartics or something with a noble turn. Maybe actually boarding out Vials, right? Instead of, like, cutting the land and the Coco, just cut all the Vials. Because Vials just horrendously slow in this matchup that is really comes down to, like, the first 4 turns of the game. Yeah, because her old list was not playing Aether Vial, so there are some things to be desired. Yeah, I think I like the cut Aether Vials plan more. Even like the Miser's Path. It seems like a better configuration. I've also not been impressed with, like, by Aether Vial in this deck. This doesn't really feel like an Aether Vial deck. I want to keep these hands, but you just gotta, like, mulligan your hate cards in this format, right? Or in this deck. I can't just, like, play Noble and, like, this does, like, Spell Queller or turn 2 Cathartic into, like, Drogskull Captain, Meddling Mage for a Conflagrate or something. Someone tell me I'm not supposed to keep this hand so I can mulligan. Because I also should just go to bed after this round. Fuck Modern, man. I'm going back to Legacy. As much as I actually do, I kind of like Bant Spirits in a weird way. It is fun to play. It's just not worth. This is a good keep. All right. Glad I can And maybe Trust My Instincts. I'm gonna fetch a basic forest here. I think. I just like don't want to take a bunch of damage against the Creeping Chill deck. Hey, my opponent mulligan to 4 to 3. Alright, we might actually be able to fucking do something. Let's fucking go. Maybe I don't want basic forest. Rather have like basic plains shock now. Yeah, basic forest doesn't cast Meddling Mage. I think I want like Breeding Pool plus basic plains or something. Just have like looting. Well, I mean, yeah, I was about to say. Oh, discard Amalgam Narcomy, but no dredgers, huh? We're just gonna pass with Queller up here. Don't mind me, I'm just not attacking with Noble. I'm just passing with three mana up. Ugh. What an unlucky draw I have. We need to like flash into Queller here. Just leave up Spell Queller again. Yeah. 2/3 that attacks is a 3/4, definitely fine. Especially because we can just flash in another one if they continue to not cast spells. And then like make some looters. Or make some lords, I mean, not looters. Meddling Magic and Flagrate or something. They have 2 cards in hand though, so that's pretty far down the line. Cast a Cathartic Reunion. You've got 3 cards in hand, that's enough for Cathartic. Discarding Thug Assassin's Trophy. Alright, this is probably a concession Spell Queller. Oh, 2 out of 3 is fine. Gotcha. I mean, yeah, mulling to 3, it's dredge. You're totally fine doing it. I mean, not fine, but it's the best deck to be mulliganing with. What's the plan? What's the plan? What's the plan? Just run it back. I don't love that Assassin's Trophy makes it so that you can't actually just worship lock them, but it means that they need to like naturally draw an Assassin's Trophy if you have the double Drog Skull worship hand. You can also like have Spell Quellers for Assassin's Trophy. Let's run it back. Hopefully we just draw Rest in Peace. Hey, look at that. We drew Rest in Peace. Sand doesn't have blue mana, but I think I'm just supposed to snap keep it. Can't cast anything in my hand besides this Rest in Peace, but we're fine. If the Assassin's Trophy my Rest in Peace, we can cast our other spells at least. Just hope they don't have like a nuts turn too. Really wish I could actually have played Mausoleum Wanderer there to prevent like a turn 2 Cathartic go crazy. 2 Amalgams is scary. Please have a bad hand. This is Thoughtseize. Please don't Thoughtseize me. Oh, God damn it. Well, at least they don't have a dredger yet, but we're like dead as soon as they do, right? Our hand is also just 0 castable spells. Upkeep fetch seems weird. There's like cathartic when we die. I might just be casting this loam here. Alright. Rest in peace one time. Nice. More not blue mana. Let's switch to Coco. Next turn. Hopefully these Life from the Loam Dredges are just the worst. Nope, that's Narcomoeba double amalgam. And a conflagrate. Cool. At least we have Selfless Spirit to help against a conflagrate. Flashback looting. They don't have any dredgers. This is just looting to discard garbage. They are at 11, notably. If we can just like get some hits on this collected company here. They know I have collected company in hand, but I'm just getting aggressive. I'm just attacking. Am I cocoing and then attacking? Just to get as aggressive as possible. Maybe. They are at 11. Fortunately, I have 2 Drogdals in hand, so it's harder to hit like double Drogskull to protect from conflagrate blowouts. Yeah. I think I'm main phasing it. I realize that they're just going to like, probably cast another looting here. I'll rip this rip. But now we get double Supreme Phantom. Notably, these 2/4s block prized amalgams very well. With this Windswept draw, we can actually cast Drogskull Captain. It's not lethal, but it's lethal if they tap City. Alright, their Dredge was horrible. We need to be very careful here, because they could hit me with a big conflagrate here to finish the game. I'm just going to snap block some 3/3s. They can't like conflagrate my guys because I already have Selfless Spirit in play. So if they like ping each Supreme Phantom for 1, they end up just killing the spirit basically. Alright, so if they don't conflagrate here, they are just dead. I imagine this has to be conflagrate though. Ping ping. Oh, this is just X equals 2. Because it does kill my Selfless Spirit. cast Loam here. So our Singleton Path is lethal, but that's about it. We have to fetch Shock if we want to. Cast a Drogskol Captain, which is just very dangerous. Ooh, never mind. We actually drew a blue land. I'm just cracking this canopy, right? I'm cracking this canopy in case we draw something that lethals them. I don't think there's anything in our deck that can at this after we crack canopy, but we draw like another Rest in Peace or something. Cyrus CG, thanks for the host. Hope your stream went well. Hello to all people coming over from Cyrus's channel. We're playing some Bant Spirits in Modern right now, trying to prep for an RPTQ, and playing a very tight one against Dredge right now. I'm concerned about like a number of creeping chills. My opponent gets like Dredge up to 6 if they want to. Next turn they Dredge Loam, they can like cast Loam again, flashback eluding. Is there any point to cracking Canopy? I don't think there actually is. Rather than have like the ability to maybe have 6 mana the following turn for something. So if we attack, we force the block with this Narcomoeba, and they go to 3. But then we lose our 3/5s. Oh, no, we don't lose. We lose our 3/5s on blocking. But this is a 4/4, so this can block a thing. So we'd be at an effective 10. So I think we're pretty safe to just attack here. They would have to hit, like, even 3 Creeping Chills doesn't kill us, or, like, a Conflagrate. It'd have to be, like, a Conflagrate plus a Creeping Chill, I think, would kill us. If they hit it off of, like, if they hit both of those off of the 3 cards. Maybe just killing the Narcomoeba, or, like, attacking for 3 is okay, though. Because then we just have 3 lethal attackers, and they just have a single Narcomoeba in play. Maybe I'm, like, overthinking these lines. No, we want to attack with both, because if they, like, flip Creeping Chills, they can gain more life. I think this is my final decision. I suppose drawing another Rest in Peace is a reason to crack the Canopy, but we know one's at the bottom of our deck and one's in our graveyard. So we only have 1 Rip left in the whole deck. This Loam better be a bad Dredge. Alright, 1 Narcomoeba, 2 lands. That's totally fine. That's definitely beatable. But they just chose not to put Narc into play? Are they just conceding? They have like a Knot of the Bone to cast and they want more creatures in their yard? Don't know of any reason that leaving that Narc in the graveyard is the right call. This is an attack, I assume. I'm gonna block here so we don't die to a like dredged conflag. Actually, no, I don't think they can hit conflagrate anymore. No, they could flashback looting and like find a conflagrate. E on 2. That's not lethal. We have second Drog Skull. Also, in order to crack it, they're just going to 2 life. Sure. Oh, E, wait. What? Oh, yeah, it kills my Drog Skull Captain, because it doesn't have it has damage on it. It's not great for me. It's not playing around engineered explosives, that's for sure. I think we're still okay, though. I think I do want to crack this canopy end step, though. It's a pretty good one to draw. Detention Sphere, 2 prized amalgams. And then, like, Fetch Shock to 7 is scary. But I need to put a lethal creature in play. No, they actually can't even dredge here. Their hand is like loam and a bunch of lands, I think. Okay, why do we have to draw this island? Fetch Shock to 7. Yeah, they won't be able to conflagrate me unless they just naturally draw the conflagrate this turn. Cast it, cast a loam. So they go up to 6 cards, down to 5 cards, loam up to 8 cards, play land down to 7. So we would be dead to exactly top deck like conflagrate, but I think we just want to get a lethal creature into play. Actually, no. All that calculating, I think the Mausoleum Wanderer would end up countering a conflagrate if they hit it. Cathartic is definitely scary. They only hitting this loam for now. Oof, that's 2 creeping chills. God, fuck that card. Died of the 3rd creeping chill in a second. They're gonna like Assassin's Trophy my Detention Sphere too. Just God, can we fucking not? Can I counter this? Do they still have like fetchable lands in their deck? Probably. And they have another Stomping Ground. And so we're just dead though, right? No, we could draw like Warship. so there's no reason to sack Wanderer, I don't think. I don't think this Scalding Tarn is a bluff, but I am going to look up dredge lists real quick to see if the stock list plays more lands. 2 Blood Crypt, 2 Mountain, 2 Stomping Ground. 2 Blood Crypt, 2 Mountain, 2 Stomping Ground. Yeah, alright, this Scalding Tarn is definitely not a bluff. God, can we fucking not? We had lethal through 1 Creeping Chill too, right? They'd be at 4, and we can Drog Skull this to a 3/3 and activate and fetch shock because we're at 4 in that scenario, and then fetch shock activate Moorland Haunt and kill them. Shock, 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 shock. Oh, I guess we still don't have lethal though, because we can't actually fetch shock anymore to activate our Moorland Haunt. So we still can't lethal them even though they fetch shocked here. We just need to draw a spirit. Well, here's hoping, I guess. Hey, we did it! I don't know why they fetch shocked. I really don't, but we did it. We were 100% dead, but my opponent just decided to take 3 damage for no reason. I guess they didn't feel like that double Creeping Chill hit was fair either. So they were like, all right, we'll just pretend like we only hit 1 Creeping Chill. Dredge players, I guess. No, what were they even like? Opponent literally threw that game in the dumpster, and I don't know what they were intending on doing with that fetch. Opponent was dead, and then came back with the Engineered Explosives, and then we had it with Detention Sphere, and then they had it with the double Creeping Chill plus Assassin's Trophy. And then they just fetched shocked to just kill themselves. For reasons. I'd say it's pretty gas. Just turn 1 Noble. Oh God, my nemesis, Martyr Proc. Although, Martyr Proc's probably a much better matchup for this deck than it has been in the past for my other random bad decks in Modern. Could technically be Death and Taxes. Maybe they're just attacking first. This is Zan's list. I kind of liked Eddie's more, but I don't want to build it because I just started the stream. I like having access to those counter spells on the sideboard. So my opponent is just cracking this clue, but I think my best play is still just leave up Spell Queller, right? Hope they cast a 3-drop. The deck doesn't really get scary until turn 4, though. Which is why I kind of want to leave up Spell Queller next turn, but then what am I casting here? Supreme Phantom? Selfless Spirit? Good Selfless Spirit plus attack. This deck just doesn't have scary 3s. Could technically still be Death and Taxes, I suppose, but this is definitely looking like Martyr Proc. I guess the right play is probably leave up Spell Queller and then Selfless Supreme next turn. Not with Field Ruin. And some Death and Taxes players play Field Ruin. I'm seeing it more in like the green-white lists that have access to more mana. Kind of just want to eat that, but chip damage is not gonna be the death of me here. Rather be able to counter like a 3-drop or something here. Cast a spell. Do it. Boo. Don't really want to get basics because my opponent just has a bunch of Field of Ruins. So I guess we grab Hallowed Fountain. Oh, in my draw step. Sure. We're just gonna take like a zillion damage here. I should use Misty Rainforest. Those basics are more important. Actually, no, we don't have these basics. We only have Misty Rainforest basic left. Let's make sure that I can't get cut off of blue mana here. It's like taking a billion damage. Just gonna end up actually dying to this Thraben Inspector. But our clock is suddenly a lot bigger. If they don't have, like, Settle the Wreckage or Path into Wrath, yeah, that's kind of what I was scared of too. But I think they missed their land drop, right? No, this is their turn 4. We were on the play. So I assume that Path is gunning for Day of Judgmenting me or Wrath of Godding me or whatever. And then we'll have to like Reflector Mage plus Crack Horizon Canopy, or backwards order Crack Canopy, and then cast a really a bad 2/3. What you got, opponent? Oh, deal. Fucking deal. Oh, so they're missing their land drop? Oh, no, they're not. They can't Wrath me yet, though. We're gonna crack this Canopy main phase. Try to hit, like... I don't know, try to hit a lot of stuff. So Drox Glad's 2 damage here. Attacking for 4 versus attacking for 6. I'm definitely scared of a Wrath, though, so I don't think casting this Droxel Captain is worth it. I think just hit them for 4 and pass. If they don't Wrath me, we can always just Droxel in the future. We'll just attack with this. Leave Supreme Vanta back so we don't get, like, chip-shotted. It is worse if they have, like, a removal spell in the Spell Queller, but It's like 1 damage. Opponent playing mono white land destruction over there. So double Scully. 5, 6, 7. Still not lethal. Don't love that. I love this as like setup post Wrath. I'm scared that they're getting to something else by like giving them this extra time. Wish I could just cast this Reflector Mage as a 2/3. Just don't want to give them back a 3 with Inspector. If they tap out for Elspeth, though, they just die, right? Because they'd be at 8, and we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, if they like tap out for Sun's Champion. I think I am fine just chip-shotting again. Also, like, bluffs that I'm leaving up Spellquiller every turn. That might be why they like don't want to cast a Wrath of God. So that resolves. I think I'm just gonna path it so that I can rather than trying to Reflector Mage it or something. They get the land, but I get to make sure I deal them 4 here. Instead of then getting to chump block. Jeez, my opponent could actually just like tear apart my mana base with all these ghost quarters and stuff. I guess they just don't have the Wrath. I might need to just like hold on to this Misty to save for white mana. Because if I like crack this for my Temple Garden, they can field run my Temple Garden and ghost card my planes, and actually like if they kill my Hierarch, I can't cast white spells anymore. I think I am just gonna hide my Temple Garden behind this Misty Rainforest. Fuck me! God, I hate my life. Now this fetch like does literal nothing. I know we still have a basic forest. Oh, now we don't. I would draw this fucking Temple Garden, wouldn't I? I think it's just time to go for lethal. My opponent has not cast a Wrath. They can like gain some amount of life, but opponent reveals their hand of like Wrath of God, Wrath of God. Proclamation of Sands and Martyrs. The Proclamation of Rebirth and Martyr of Sands, that's fine. That's beatable. Because now we just have a million damage in play. They need to top deck Wrath. And it's like, it's Wrath or bust here. That's not gonna win you the game. Forecasting Proclamation of Rebirth is not gonna win, right? I have so much damage in play, opponent. If they gain 9 life, I still kill them. Cool. Alright, this matchup is a thing. Don't even know if Geist is good. Much like random piddlers to block with. Reflector Mage definitely sucks. Sometimes you need like paths to deal with their early Sarah Ascendant? Is that the card? Their Sarah Ascendant hands. Kind of like all of this though. Maybe Geist isn't good. Geist does just kind of sit on the ground. It attacks for so much by itself though. Could cut like a Noble against the Mono Wrath of Gods deck. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I like this configuration. I never think boarding Rest of Peace is right against this deck. If you're at the Rest of Peace stage of the game, you're just probably going to lose. Alright, this hand's probably keepable. Vile Anti-Hierarch on a one-lander. Fetch Temple Garden, I think. Fetch like Temple Garden Island to cast a Selfless Spirit or something. Again, I might just like aggressively fetch Shock, try to keep my basics in my deck against like the Paths and Fields of Ruins and Ghost Quarters. Oh, fuck. So much for that plan. Maybe it was actually supposed to fetch Shock so I don't draw the other one. Good old Squad Hawk. So I can play into Wrath because I'm casting Selfless Spirit this turn. They got 3 more Squad Hawks. Oh geez, they're gonna get a lot of life here. At least we have Path in case they have a Sarah Ascendant. Ooh, we just double Scully here. Where can you find opponent's record in the league? I have no idea. MTG Bot just like does it sometimes. I have no idea if you're able to tell without MTG Bot. We do need to play around Settle the Wreckage, notably, because that's a card my opponent could definitely have. How does MTG Bot know this is very wants? I have no idea how MTG Bot knows. MTG Bot is magic. Come on, cast. I want them to cast something so I don't have to play around Citadel Wreckage. Or we could just, like, draw Spell Queller. I don't even know how I'm supposed to attack if they... well... What am I supposed to Path to Exile that? Probably. It does ramp them, but we also just could hit them for a shit ton. Which get to just fucking truck them over. For like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. Yeah, I think this path is worth 13 damage. Even if it gives them the land. Oh wow, why don't they just sack it? Sure. Guess they just don't get the land now. Bant Spirits? Yeah, I was trying Bant Spirits yesterday too, Caleb. Yeah, sure. Failed to ruin me, whatever. Great basic planes. Damn it. Can we stop drawing these basics? Just flatten my opponent, or at least, like, negate most of this Martyr of Sands with this attack. Thanks for playing. 98 bits for playing Modern. That's probably worth it, right? Worth my eternal pain and suffering. Appreciate the bit static. They revealed their whole hand here. Path, Day of Judgment, and Quad Squad. Or, not Quad Squad. Triple Squad. Really wish I had like a Spell Queller, though. That would have been hot. That's pretty hot, too. Eight, 9, 10, 11. I could just... No, they have a bunch of Squad Hawks to block with. I think we're just gonna hope they don't top deck another Wrath. I think I've just decided to die if that happens. We want to be able to attack through a bunch of Squadron Hawks. Fucking deal. They're just dead, right? If they just double Squad Hawk, we can attack through double Squadron Hawk and win the game. Yeah, they lose. They're at 8. Wow, can we just, like, just draw all of our basics? Doesn't matter. Still just crush my opponent's face. Hey, we actually fucking cashed that lead. Jesus Christ. Alright, the old 3-2. 2-0'd Martyr proc, my nemesis. It's a miracle. It is a fucking miracle, Jesus. What do we play against today? Blue-white, Scales, blue-white, Dredge, Martyr proc. So that was actually like a much more modern, typical league, except for the Martyr proc than last time. Last time we played against, like, 8 whack and a bad blue-white Wizards deck, and that weird mono-red Hollow and Arclight deck. Courtesy of... Oh, that's true. Courtesy of my Dredge opponent, who literally just decided to give me the match. He was just like, well, I didn't deserve to flip these 2 Creeping Chills, so I'm just going to fetch Shock and pretend one of them didn't happen. And we still needed to draw a creature. Luckily, we top deck Noble Hierarch, which... Noble Hierarch or Spirit would have won us that game. Shoutouts to my Dredge opponent. Alright, so how do I feel about this iteration? This iteration felt like fine. I liked Path in the main. Like, I definitely did not like having 0 paths in the deck. And Reflector Mage also continues to feel really clunky, and I kind of liked Eddie's list. Let me find that one again. I think it was playing 2 Reflector Mages. Yeah, it's playing 2 Reflector Mages. It's playing like a singleton main deck Geist and a singleton main deck Rattle Chains. And it cuts a Selfless Spirit for a 3rd path. Something like that. So their interaction package is double mage triple path instead of quad mage double path. I kind of like that main deck more. As for the sideboard, it's kind of a toss-up. I feel like the sideboard that Eddie posted is just a lot more dead to Tron. You're not playing any Damping Spheres. You're just playing stuff like Disdainful Stroke and Stony Silence and Thalia and Unified Will, which are just like a lot weaker against Tron than Damping Sphere is. But something to think about. I still kind of hated most of the things that were going on. Yeah, I like the idea of shaving some of these mages. Reflector Mage felt like decent. I don't think I actually ever. Yeah, Reflector Mage felt terrible this league. Blue White twice, Dredge, Martyr Proc, and then Scales. So, but I mean that's not always typical. Like if you queue into like the Mirror and Humans and like a bunch of creature decks, then you're gonna want Reflector Mage. But I think that for that reason, that there are so many decks that Reflector Mage is bad against, I think like trimming them is fine. Play like 2 Reflector Mage, play the 3rd path or something. But that was still kind of miserable. The Dredge match was super miserable from the like Thoughtseize Your Rest in Peace to the EE blowout to the Cathartic Reunion double Creeping Chill and Assassin's Trophy or Detention Sphere for my double prize Amalgam back. There's like a bunch of shitty things happening in that match. And then my opponent just like punted the game off a cliff. That's the only reason we won. Martyr Proc was just not a deck. Scales was interesting, but we also just got fucking flattened. My opponent went double Scales game 1, triple Scales game 2, and I don't think you could really beat those hands with this deck. And then the Blue-Eye games were mildly interesting. But all in all, Modern just still sucks. Obviously less shitty when you win a little bit, but definitely did not like feel good playing in this league. We're gonna stream some Legacy on Friday, I think, just to some nice kind of purge the system. I think I will try to stream Modern, just not like constantly throughout this month up until this RPGQ, but I think maybe in like smaller doses I will hate myself less. I just don't think I can just like jump into streaming a bunch of Modern trying to prep for this RPTQ. I think I need to just play Legacy, play the working man's format, and kind of actually feel good about myself. What's the list? Oh, I can pull up. Oh, in Legacy. I thought you wanted the other Spirits list. You just want what my 75 is right now in Death and Taxes. This is what I played at Eternal Weekend, and since then we haven't really made a lot of modifications. I know Moxall has made a couple minor things. I think Moxall is playing this Mom is now like a Mirren Crusader. Is Moxall in second Mirren Crusader? Static. And then like this clunky Mirren Crusader in the sideboard is now like an Ethersworn Canonist or something. But I'm definitely not set on those cards. Like this 75 is pretty fine. This sideboard Crusader is really clunky, but this 74, if you just ignore this Crusader, I really like this structure. And like this Mirren Crusader could be fucking garbage fire and you'd be fine. I think, yeah, Mom, yeah, that's right. Mom is 24th land. Mom is a Mishra's Factory in Moxall's list, and then this Mirren Crusader is like an Ethersworn Canonist. But yeah, this has been feeling really good. Static took this list to a top 16 at Eternal Weekend. I took it to a very piddling 74th, but shit happens. But anyway, that's enough. That's enough streaming for today. Find someone to host. Yeah, definitely gonna just play some Legacy on Friday. Cool off. Who's streaming Legacy right now? No Gold, Channel Fireball. What are they streaming? This guy's streaming 4-color alone down here. Who's Tim? Yeah, deck is great. I enjoy it. If you're a good Death and Taxes, if you're like good at this deck, you can do well in Legacy. Like, it's not in the best spot right now. Like, if I were trying to metagame Legacy super hard and like I had access to every deck in Legacy, I probably would not be playing Death and Taxes. But just as a forever Death and Taxes player, it's fine if you're good at the deck. Like, I mean, that's most of Legacy though. If you're playing there's enough, there's a small enough gap between like the best decks and like the slightly worse decks that you can definitely leverage player skill to do better. Whereas in Modern, that gap is like a lot bigger between the good decks and the bad decks, and there's a lot more bad decks in that format as well. The stream isn't loading. Did he like just stop going live? Oh no, here he is. Ozzy Man Diaz? Ozzy Man Diaz? Playing some 4-column. Anyway, let's switch back to the Modern thing, I guess, to wrap up this stream here. That's going to be it for me today. Hope everybody had a good time playing some Bant Spirits. I was a lot less salty today, probably because we won more, but still not quality matches of Modern, or some of them are quality. We had some good ones, though. Our blue-white matches weren't the worst, especially the first one. But anyway, if you want to support the channel, you can follow, subscribe, or donate. Follows are totally free, cost you totally nothing. They help you know I'm going live and help other people find my content as well. Subscriptions get you a sweet Thalia emote, which is right here, and a Thraben-themed subscription badge in the chat. And donations, I'd be more than happy to play a Modern or Legacy list that you wanted to see me run through. Or Death and Taxes variants are mainly what I have, but just talk to me beforehand. Let me know. Other than that, you can subscribe to me on YouTube or follow me on Twitter. YouTube is where I put all my streams after they're live, so if you miss a stream or you want to go consume a bunch more content, check me out there. And Twitter is just where I post when I'm going live, as well as paper magic results and all that stuff. So that's going to be it for tonight. We will be back on Friday for my earlier stream, just kind of afternoon stream. And probably playing some Legacy, so I'll catch you guys all later.